Hello and welcome to this different style of video. It's going to be a get ready with me whilst I rant basically about Strictly Come Dancing and the BBC. This is actually the finished product, of course. So I'm just going to rewind time a little bit. So the main reason for this video was to talk to you about Strictly Come Dancing. There was 2 years, not last year, but the year before that and the year before that, I think, I basically did Strictly reaction videos, and they were some of my most popular videos on the channel. More importantly, they were the videos that got the most engagement from you guys. So I really appreciated and loved all of the comments that came through. So all in all, like, those videos did really well, and I really enjoyed making them as well because it allowed me to sort of bring my more ballroom background. I think just entertain as well. Unfortunately, the BBC didn't like that very much. Basically, every video I put up kept trying to take it down. Now, before you come at me with like, oh, but you're reusing their videos and it's copyright, it's not. So here's the thing. Actually, wait, let me blend this in and then I'll tell you. I will screen record and pop this on the screen record as well, so you guys can have a look at what YouTube themselves say about the situation. So, the first rule of copyright: creators should only upload videos that they have made or that they're authorized to use. Theoretically, I have made the videos that I have made, but let's continue. That means that they should not upload videos that they didn't make or use content in the videos that someone else owns copyright to. And that line there is technically what I'm doing when I do my reaction videos, such as music tracks, snippets of copyrighted programs or videos made by other users without necessary authorization. So by that first rule of copyright, yes, I have been doing something incorrect copyright-wise. However, YouTube have another tab called copyright exceptions. These are laws that allow you to reuse someone else's copyright-protected material without getting their permission under certain circumstances. Now, if we scroll down to the UK, because both the Strictly Come Dancing is UK-based and I'm UK-based, in some countries such as Canada, the UK, and Australia, a hybrid concept of fair dealing exists. Courts weigh factors similar to those in fair use, but reuse is what's formed within specific categories. These categories include quotation, general quotation, and quotation for the purposes of criticism, review, or news reporting. And of course, you've got caricature, parody, or pasty. But most importantly, it's the quotation part. What I am doing when I do a reaction video, the BBC, is I am creating, you've got your little small snippet of the video in, like, let's say this corner here, and then I am pausing it, I'm giving a quotation, I'm giving commentary, I'm talking about it, I'm using my own original content, my own original thoughts to explain what's happening in that video, to give my opinion. Then I press play and then I pause it again and then I do the same thing. So what keeps happening is that there is obviously someone in the BBC who is being paid to go around YouTube and take things down, whether they're submitting formal requests or not. But what they are doing is they are sort of, through the YouTube content ID system, flagging my videos and being like, take this down. Every time I then have to go through a process. It's not a hard process, don't get me wrong, but I still have to fill in a form and basically go through a process to be like, no, actually, this video is fine because of these reasons. And I, strongly believe and accept that this video is fine, and sign it, whatever, press submit, submit. The thing is, it's then up to the person at BBC to look at my dispute and be like, yes or no. And YouTube does say, it says, at YouTube, our mission is to give everybody a voice and to show them the world. Copyright exceptions play a key role in furtherance this mission by supporting the free flow of ideas and creativity. Therefore, we ask rights holders to consider the applicability of copyright exceptions before they submit copyright removal requests. So whoever's doing these removal requests at the BBC doesn't understand the rules of YouTube. Not only is this person coming after my content, I say person, it's a company. So this person just doing their job. I'd prefer it if you didn't, but you're doing your job. So this person is going through my content and immediately not giving me any grace whatsoever, and they are submitting sort of a removal request. Now I then dispute it, and then they see that dispute and they ignore it and they continue with their request. A couple of things can happen. So number one, I could be fully monetized on the video, so I earn money from the views that come through from that video. Fine, that's good for me and that's great. I can be not monetized, but the video is allowed to stay on the channel. Now that for me is not ideal, but to be honest, it's not a big deal because ultimately, when I started the YouTube channel, it was to just make fun videos and entertain everybody. In reality, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not exactly earning the most from these videos. So even the ones that are monetized, I'll pop it up on screen so I can be completely transparent with you. Like, I'm not a billionaire over here. If I don't get that video monetized, it's not like a big deal for me. It does mean that the money goes to the BBC I think that's how it works. The money goes to the BBC rather than to me. Not that the BBC needs pennies, but whatever. The money goes to the BBC rather than to me. But at least the video's on there. The ones that annoy me the most, the ones that they get blocked. I've put in a lot of work for those videos. I've sat down, I've spent time watching, I've spent time reacting, commenting, pausing. I've then taken that video, I've edited it, I've overlaid the reaction and the original video, I've overlaid it, I've added effects, I've added whatever I need to add to it, I've exported it, I've uploaded it into YouTube, I've created a title that I think is going to get people to click, I have optimised the description, the tags, all the little extra optimisation bits in YouTube in the back end, I've done that, I've created a thumbnail, I've spent time doing that. This is like 2 days work. And again, I don't mind not being paid for that. That's okay, but just allow the work to be seen. You know, that is very frustrating. And when you're doing as many, so like Strictly, with how many dances there are and how many weeks there are, when you're doing it that many times, to constantly just get slapped in the face with, you know, takedown, 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 it's really frustrating. I'll just show you, again, I'll just show you the actual back end of my YouTube channel. I'm supposed to be getting ready, so it's not going as well. I can't multitask apparently. This is sort of the Strictly videos that I've got, the ones that are tagged with Strictly anyway. So you can see here, if I look at the, let's change the type to videos. Right, so this first one here is copyright, monetization, illegible. The video cannot be monetized. Copyright dispute rejected. So copyright protected content found. The copyright owner has rejected your dispute. You can appeal this decision if you're confident that you have the necessary rights to the claimed content. Now here's the thing, I am confident, but the way they kind of phrase it on YouTube is kind of scary. When you go to do it, they use all this like legal jargon. It's a little bit scary anyway. And it's like, I'm just a single person. I don't really understand the laws that much. Like I've done my reading, but I'm not like confident in my knowledge of the law to be able to apply it. So I kind of sort of do that initial prod where I'm like, hi guys, you know, this is fine. And then if they're like, no, it's not, I'm actually not going to push it further because that's a massive corporation. That is the BBC. I'm not, me as a tiny creator who wants to earn like 20p from her video, gonna be like, actually, I'm in the right. You know, I just feel like it's not gonna end well for small creators like me. So I just kind of leave it. I've got loads of videos like that, which is not monetized. There's a lot of ones that I've actually won. So you can see here, there's quite a few in the green. Those ones, again, as I said, it's about 80% that the BBC like flag. So these ones I've managed to like get back and get some money from, which is good for me anyway. So you can see monetization's on and it's public, which is great. So basically, if Strictly someone at Strictly is like, we're gonna block your video, it's quite a scary thing, I'm not gonna lie. And then every single time having to counteract that every single time. Someone at BBC is always like, we're gonna block your video, you have to take it down. It's quite intimidating, it's quite scary. And actually it's a little bit mentally exhausting and it's a time waste for me to have to go and submit these forms every single time. So that frustration, as well as like the sheer amount of work that goes in because there's so many dancers, is difficult. I'm curious as to your opinions because obviously you've clicked this video because you're interested in the Strictly videos that I do. So in your opinion, I would like to do some reaction videos for Strictly this year. What do you think is the best way? Because I could do like one video a week maybe of like the best dance or a couple of dances. Does the like video itself have to be on screen playing for you guys to know what I'm talking about if I say, oh, in this dance this happened? Or is that sort of like a key visual necessity in order for the reaction video to be, you know, useful for you? And if not, like, if I am gonna just do one dance or like maybe one video every 2 weeks or something, would you want me to review like what, like the top 3 favorites, the worst and the best? Do you want to do it as like the Strictly leaderboard? Do you want to do it as like what the public favorites are? What I found most popular, and I did it before, was that the favourites tend to get the most views, which is interesting because obviously the ones with the most commentary are the ones that aren't so good. I cannot multitask. I'll be curious if you have ideas. Ultimately, like, you guys are the people that I'm making the content for. So if, yeah, I'd appreciate your suggestions on that. So like equal, yeah, that'll do. So on that, let's talk Strictly Come Dancing. I didn't watch it last year actually. Am I looking forward to it this year? Yes, of course I am. I always end up, no matter like how burnt out or fed up I get with Strictly, it's kind of something I've been watching for as long as I remember. It's something I've been watching at home before I was even a dancer, and that I continue to watch. So I always end up coming back to it, even if I take a break for a year or so. I haven't looked at the lineup. Let's have a quick look now. I think I saw somewhere that people weren't really that enamoured by the lineup, but I swear they say that every single year. I don't really follow celebrities at all, so I probably don't know who any of these guys are. Oh wait, isn't that guy, was he a chef or was he like a gardener or something? I know one of them. Nick, is that his name? Okay, I know one of them. Let's see, was I right about this Nick guy? So we've got Chris is a comedian, JB Jill, a singer, TV presenter and author. He looks friendly. Win Evans, a broadcaster, presenter and professionally trained opera singer. Nice, so he knows how to perform. Then you've got singer actress Toya, then you've got Panam Krishan, media medic and broadcaster, awesome. Model and TV personality Tasha, Pete Wicks, TV personality, author, radio and podcast host. Shane Ward, actor and singer. I honestly don't know who any of these people are. Actress, actor, 3-time Olympic swimming champion. Good. So he'll have some coordination. Montel Douglas, aka Fire. I love that. Yeah, why not? She's a gladiator. What does that mean? An Olympian. That's really cool. Nick Knowles, there you go. BAFTA-winning TV presenter. Merson, former footballer and broadcaster. Footballer should have some, coordination on his feet. Former hockey player, Olympic and European gold medalist. Wow, they got loads of Olympians in this one, right? Awesome. Okay, so that's the lineup. Yeah, okay. Now that I've looked at that, I'm actually getting a bit more excited. So in other news, obviously I took a bit of a break this channel. You may have noticed, you may not have noticed. In that time, I think part of it was, again, with the frustration of constantly having to fight these battles, creating lots of content and perhaps just not really having a direction or knowing which way I'm going. I also quit my job to go full-time self-employed as both a dance teacher and a marketing professional. So I basically just had a lot of change in my life, which kind of meant that the YouTube channel took a backseat. And then now, in the last 2 months maybe, I've just had a real spark for it again, which is really great. So I've really enjoyed creating content again. I really enjoyed coming up with new ideas, putting content out there, putting different types of content out there. So all of those things kind of has just sparked a new, lease of life in me. I'm hoping that this spark will actually last a bit longer. I have had a lot of success in the past month and a half with views. So thank you all for that. And I've also created a lot of videos, which, to be honest, has been really helpful for my students. Whilst I don't get the most amount of views, my actual dance students are finding them really helpful. They're just kind of things that I wish I could sort of tell them, but won't necessarily have time in classes to do so. So it's been nice to use the YouTube channel for that reason. Only upwards and onwards from here. I am monetized, but I'm not earning particularly much from videos, which is, as I said, absolutely fine, because whilst it is a lot of work that goes into it, it is genuinely something I really enjoy doing. I love editing videos. I love sharing knowledge. I think through and through, I was sort of always meant to be a teacher. So being able to sort of teach, share my knowledge in video format, in a format that I enjoy, has been very fulfilling. I think I just need to make sure that I don't burn out, but more importantly, that I don't start producing videos that I don't like producing, if that makes sense. So if I end up doing 50 Strictly Come Dancing videos, call me out on it. The thing is, whilst I like doing 1 or 2, the sheer amount that I was doing was just too much for me. I don't want to overload you guys either, and it's enough for me to do 1 or 2 and not burn out. I'm sure most people would prefer that than sort of me trying to do 50 and then disappearing for a year. So yeah, all in all, I'm super excited to create content again. I will do some Strictly videos. I'm not entirely sure in what capacity, and I genuinely really need your help with that. I'm not entirely sure in what capacity. So I know you guys also like commenting and interacting. So, and I enjoy sort of responding and being a part of the conversation with you, and sort of just kind of going through the season together. I did have another idea actually. That was to do a live, so I'm on Threads, if you don't know. I was considering potentially doing a live commentary as it's happening kind of thing. I'm not available every single Saturday, so it might be a delayed live commentary, but as I watch it, kind of just might. I wonder if that would be a suitable alternative. If it is, you can let me know, and then maybe based on the to and fro on Threads, then I can pick of those which I think would be most popular for me to film. But yeah, that's again just, it's all in idea phase at the moment, so give me your opinions. I really don't know how people kind of do these get ready with me's, and multitask, talk to the camera. I guess practice, everything takes practice. So here I am practicing. Sorry if everybody that's watching this. It's not easy. Okay, I think we are there. That's the end of my get ready with me session. It was just basically me ranting about the BBC and asking you what I should do next. In a nutshell, whilst doing my makeup, which is now complete, I don't think I've missed any steps. If you are interested in the reaction videos, they're actually all in a playlist right here for you. And then there's also another reaction video that I've done recently, which has actually done pretty well. So that's like a very new reaction video, so you can take a look at that. I'll see you in the next one.